Hi everyone. So yeah, I'm just still chilling at the pharmacy. But yeah, I think that. Oh goodness, what do I think? I just think today sucks, and I hope it gets better, like big time. That would be really cool if it did. Killing time, baby. I'm boring as fuck right now. So yeah, you guys should check out Chloe the GB Lover on YouTube. She's a total angel. And she has anorexia and she's really lonely. She doesn't have anybody to talk to. So I thought it'd be really cool if like people would go check out her videos and leave her some support. So yeah, like check her out. She's really sweet, and I'm actually probably going to link this video to her because I just wanted to talk about, she was talking about a couple things, like, her most recent video, she was talking about, having unavoidable social engagements involving food, like, we all go through this, right? And, like, that it scared her, and, like how if anybody has any coping tools that help them get through that. And I have two, and I did actually respond to her. It was like a 4 or 5 comment like series of responses because YouTube doesn't let you write enough. But so I just thought I'd share, like I just want to share from my heart about this because yeah, like this is a huge issue that we all deal with, and it's important, you know, like, if you have an eating disorder, you know, like, everything going on with food is extremely, like, tightly controlled, and in order for you to feel safe, in order for you to cope, right, like, it's an aberrant coping mechanism, but this is how we endure, right, so, like, how do you deal with some people that you absolutely love and want to go and they're going to cook for you and you don't know, like, what are they making or what's going to be put in it or how many calories it is and what if there's hidden calories and, like, what to do. So, I have 2 techniques that have really helped me, and I just thought that I would share them. Because I know that this is something that probably every single one of us deals with. So, for me, 2 things. One, I talk back to Anna, like, the voice in my head that's doing all the negative self-talk and all of the, oh my god, freak out, you're not in control, and, like, this is gonna be a crisis, and it's gonna ruin all your tightly ordered world, right? Like, it's just gonna throw a wrench in the mechanics of this bizarre way we deal with the world, right? So, yeah, I'll talk back to her, and you know, one of the things that helps me is, like, rationalizing. Like, okay, I know for a fact that when I eat a bite of solid food, if I'm, like, empty, that immediately it feels like I'm just gonna, like, I mean, it is a feeling, like, this whole, like, recovery approach thing about, like, fat isn't a feeling. Dude, to people with eating disorders, yes, it is. Like, if there's something in my stomach and that emptiness is gone, it's like, all of a sudden, I'm that, like, stuck-up girl and, like, Charlie in the Chocolate Factory that chews the blueberry gum and she blows up into this big round person and shit. Like, that's what it's like, you know, like, that hunger is the emptiness is your familiar, that is your gauge, your reference point to to okayness. And when that goes away, and yeah, like, all it's gonna take is for something to be in your stomach, and then all of a sudden everything just, the perception of it, like, the body dysmorphia just goes for a fucking field day. Like, you morph into this giant fucking oompa round fucking floating blueberry chick, right? So in therapeutic technique, in any sort of trauma or crisis or difficult experience, for example, people who deal with anxiety or panic disorder, that kind of thing, to rationalize and speak affirmations and reassure yourself, like, I am okay, I'm going to be okay, I recognize the symptoms that I'm experiencing, my perception is inaccurate. Cool, it's got like a really cool Middle Eastern drum going on. If Gothic Beauty likes that, the watch of this, she'll appreciate that. Like, we're really into like Middle Eastern dance and like music, like Egyptian, Turkish, and like all the cool traditional music. But yeah, tangential. I just heard a cool drum beat. I was like, oh boy, look. Yeah. So talking yourself down does work. Like, okay, like, this is a reality check. I know for a fact, regardless of this fear and this like strange like anavision, weird internal perception of like, holy shit, I just morphed into this like massive excess, right? Just because like you're not feeling the emptiness that you rely on for security. Remind yourself of that. Like, okay, yes, I am feeling now that the state which makes me most comfortable has been altered, but I'm not gonna die. I can get through this. It's going to be okay. Like, I heard this quote on a recovery video, and it's always stayed with me. It's one meal, dude. Like, in the grand scheme of things, what sort of impact or lack thereof does one meal have? I mean, you hear it all the time, like, even, like, people who aren't body dysmorphic and aren't eating disordered, if they go on a diet, it's like, okay, once a month you can have, like, something really decadent, because spread out over the rest of the month, it's pretty much negated in your ultimate, like, physique outcome, really. Like, it's just not that big of a deal, and it's easier said than done. But if you practice this, like, responding to negative self-talk and calming, self-soothing techniques, reassurance, grounding, being rational, talking back to the irrational Anna voice is so critical for my sanity. Like, that gets me through a lot. So yeah, it's one meal, dude. Like, no matter how much you eat, and it's never as much as you think if you're anorexic. Like, seriously, come on. Like, and that one incident is going to be distributed over, like, profound long-term deficit. It's just not that big of a deal, and I'm not trying to trivialize it. Like, I know this is a very traumatic and very serious issue here, but this is one of the things that helps me, just the self-soothing and, rational thinking, logical thinking, telling Anna to shut the fuck up because she's an irrational bitch and she's making no sense. Like, sometimes we have to talk back to that voice, because that little you're out of control and you're weak and you're fat and you're disgusting and you're lazy and you're pathetic and you're worthless. Dude, shut up. I'm gonna have a fucking meal with my family. Peace out. Like, if only it were that easy, hey. Yeah, Okay, so my second thing, sorry, I'm checking the time on here, because She Who Feels has unlimited videos, AnaGirlEmpath account is not, and even for the She Who Feels account, the upload program from my BlackBerry won't let me upload videos in excess of 15 minutes. It's really bizarre, but whatever. I'm totally tangential again. Oh my god, 2. Somebody put a ticker. Twice. AG gets distracted. Okay. So the second thing that really helps me is taking back the control. Yes, this is going to be a meal that is in excess of caloric value that I'm comfortable with. It's kind of, I don't have control over what I'm eating or what it's composed of necessarily. But I am choosing here and now to allow this meal as a refeeding event. To me, these are blessed interventions from the universe. Because if we were not pushed, if we were not motivated by these social impeti, by these bonding impeti with our loved ones, to share food in a loving way, we would never allow ourselves that degree of diversity and intake, that degree of nourishment. So, really, they are challenges, but I tend to look at them as the goddess has imposed for me a refeeding event. If you look at it that way, and before you go, you allow it, you consciously decide, I am in control, and I give myself permission to partake of this meal. It is my choice, I am still in control, but I will be receiving essential nourishment, which I otherwise may not be motivated to allow myself. It is my choice, and I'm going to go eat this meal with my beloved family members. And it's okay, because I am deciding to allow it. And really, we need that, you guys. Every ascetic has to replenish at some point. Refeeding is good, okay? I don't know. These are kind of difficult things for me to say, because I do realize, yeah, I mean, we're trying to reason with pathology. It's fucking disorder. It's not so easy to do that, but these are two things that over time with practice and mental exercises have really helped me. So I just wanted to share that, and shout out to Chloe, the GB lover, and I'll talk to you guys more later. I hope this was helpful. Let me know, comment, let me know what you guys think of this, okay? And if you have any other tools, please share them. Okay, love you guys.